Hello everyone, and welcome to week 2 of UDL. We're playing Mr. Hearth this week. But yeah, let's get right into his team. Let's not waste any time. On the opponent's team that we are playing this week, we see a Terra Iron Bundle that can be any type, a Roaring Moon, a Metagross, a Slitherwing, a Iron Hand, a Tentacruel, a Regidrago that can be any type, a Snorlax, a Mamoswine, and an Ampharos. And now let's get into what we are bringing. Apologies for the very quick time build. Bit sick, but let's get into it. First off, we have our Superior this week. We are Terra Fire with the Light Clay. This is just a bit defensive Terra Fire. This helps into a few of the things I want to be swapping into us, mainly like if Ice Moons from Bundle come in, deal with those. Stuff like Slitherwing, so we can scare off. While also doing this amount of also not being scared of stuff like Mamo and stuff, because obviously they were weak to our Leaf Storm. We do have Leaf Storm on the set, although we're not offensive. We have Glare just to paralyze things, just because the only thing that is immune obviously to Glare is the Iron Hands and the Ampharos. And glaring things like the Iron Bundle and Roaring Moon could be super valuable. We do also have screens with Light Clay, which is also very nice. Next up, we have our Fizdef Pecharunt. We are running Cobbleberry this week, which is mainly for that Roaring Moon. We have Shadow Ball, Toxic, Nightshade, and Recover. Toxic just is really nice spreading damage, and we can also the only things immune, and obviously our Tentacruel and the Metagross, which Metagross really does not want to be taking Shadow Balls, which is nice, and we can Nightshade the Tentacruel for good damage, and then we have Recovery. And also this is generally just like our physical wall for stuff like the Slitherwing and the Iron Hands, and potentially the Roaring Moon, if it is like a offensive Dragonlance set. Then that could be the thing. I do expect them to bring either the Snorlax or like a Clear Body Metagross or like a Clear Amulet Snorlax to block Parting Shot, which is why we're not running that. Next up we have one of our, I say, win conditions. His team is extremely physical, and we are Max Spadef Bronzong with Iron Defense Body Press, with Rest, Chesto. Body Press hits his team pretty nicely. He doesn't have a Ghost. And yeah, we just deal so much damage to this whole team after we get our Iron Defenses up. And Rocks are there just because we can set them if we find a position to, and we don't have to reveal our potential sweeping option early. Next up, we have Choice Scarf Cinderace, because Cinderace with the Choice Scarf looks ridiculous this game. We have enough speed to, I believe, be to be speed tying the Roaring Moon. So if that is DD, we can swap in and potentially risk a speed tie to kill with a high jump kick, or just U-turn for a lot of damage. Pyro Ball does a lot of damage to stuff like the Metagross, potentially Iron Bundle before Terra, stuff like the Slitherwing as well. And then Zen Headbutt is there mainly for stuff like a physically defensive Iron Hands or a Tentacruel, which could be the main swap-ins to us. And then we have our Booster Energy Terra Fairy Raging Bolt. Very nice. We have Terra Blast, Dragon Pulse, and Clap and Calm Mind. We do a lot of damage to this team. After we get a Calm Mind with our special attack boosting Booster Energy, we just deal so much damage to this team with Thunderclaps, Dragon Pulse, and Terra Blast Fairy. It's like we can kill things like with Thunderclaps, stuff like Metagross, stuff like Slitherwings, stuff like Tentacruels, and Iron Bundles. Terra Blast is there for stuff like the Iron Hands pre-Terra. Sorry, not pre-Terra, but before we get our +1. We can also be able to hopefully wall stuff like the Roaring Moon, and just help out in dealing a lot of damage. Potentially something like a Regidrago if that doesn't end up terrestrializing. And then finally we have Choice Band Urshifu. We are, I believe, adamant Choice Band on this because his speed tier is very interesting, going from 100 from Tentacruel all the way down to 81. So the wing allows us to have that adamant, and we just deal so much damage with close combats into this team. Like the resist our Tentacruel and the Slitherwing, and those still don't want to take 2. And the Wicked Blow also can help us do huge damage to stuff like the Metagross if that thing is physically defensive. And then we have Zen Headbutt, once again, for those defensive guys that are probably going to be the switch-ins, like Iron Hands and Tentacruel, potentially Slitherwing. And then we can U-turn it around. So yeah, that is the team for week 2, and I'll see you lot all in the battle. Hello everyone, and welcome back to week 2 of the Unaware Draft League. We're playing Hearth this game. Interesting one. We have a Terra Fairy Bolt and a Terra Fire Serp, and he has a Terra Ice bundle. So let's see what he brings. We see the Mamo, we see the Moon, we see the Snorlax, we see the Terra Ice bundle, which is actually pretty nice. I was expecting it to be a resist type for my Bolt Thunderclap, but it's not, which is great. Iron Hands his hair and Metagross. So immediately that means that a few things are not here. We see no Slitherwing, no Tentacruel, no Regidrago is actually big. We do see the Mamoswine, yes, we do, and no Ampharos. Okay, so no static to deal with. That's nice. So he does have the speedy guys. We have a variety of things we can need here. No Ampharos means a no second special attacker, which is also really, really nice. Oof. What do we lead? Don't have the Tentacruel to outspeed us, and no Slitherwing. Wait, is Close Combat just free into this guy? Whoa, that is crazy. They doesn't have a Close Combat switch in at all. I kind of want to lead the Scarf to you. I don't hate that. I think I'm gonna do it. I also really want to lead Serp, but I'm not going to. I am just going to lead this. We are definitely going to Terrasilize the Raging Bolt. Do I actually need to Terrasilize the Raging Bolt? Terra Blast Fairy into Iron Hands is the main one we would be looking for. So, yeah. Terra Fire Serp is an option, but it's just a weird 50-50 that we probably don't want to have to deal with. Mainframe is Metagross. Okay. Interesting. So we have the better lead here, which is really nice. I am obviously... I don't believe we Oko this with anything, which by anything I mean a... could potentially be weakness policy, which is scary. Could be just a standard Stealth Rock set. Pyroball, if he's max HP, does 78 to 92.5. A U-turn does 23%. Kind of like just clicking U-turn, scanning out the damage and seeing how bulky he is. There's a little bit of defense on this. I'm just going to U-turn. He could Stealth Rock, which is actually pretty annoying for us to deal with. We could just Pyroball, but I am just going to U-turn here. Turn 1. He is going to immediately withdraw, so U-turn was the right call. What is it into? Endless Army, which is Iron Hands. Okay. We do a little bit there. That looks kind of defensive. Helmet? Helmet. Okay, good information. We are going to take a second to look at that roll, because that looked like potentially even under, like around 10%, which could be just like max Fizz Def, honestly. We could go U and set up with our Bronzong here. That is an option to us. Otherwise, we could set screens with our Stealth Elf. We have a variety of options. We could go here and click a Nightshade potentially. I am going to go into Patch. Patch should be the swap-in of choice for us. I do think you are Fizz Def, which is important to note. Away for us, because, yeah, that's under 10%, which means that you're either like the slowest roll from like a max HP, or you are very Fizz Def. And I am led to believe that is true. So we could Shadow Ball for very, very little. Could throw for Toxic. Could Nightshade. Nightshade only does about 20% to max HP. But, yeah, I think it's the correct play in case he goes Metagross here. Just gives us damage on something. Unless he goes into the Snorlax, of course. Sage Big R. Kind of sounds like a Snorlax. That's fine. This is definitely immunity and his, like, go-to swap-in. That's fine. We can go pretty safely into... There's a lot of stuff I want to go into here. But I am just going to go into my Bronzong here. Worst case, we get crunched. But I do think this is probably Spadef. With immunity to be immune. We do not have the parting shot, but it could be Clear Amulet to stop that too. So, that would be terrible. But we are not running it. We didn't want to risk it with clear body Metagross around. Just gonna go into wind up here. He's gonna yawn. Okay, we are Chesto Berry. But, I don't mind doubling into the Urshifu here. What's the worst case that comes out? What's the worst case scenario if he does go there? He's getting Body Slam parried. We will take like 28%. He's running to max HP lax. Yeah, that's like a super defensive lax. He doesn't have swap-ins to close combat, which is important to note as well. Oh, this is so rough. But I'm gonna make the play and hope I don't get it wrong. We don't have to reveal anything about Bronzong set yet. He does withdraw into who? Into the... Ooh, that's real nice. We get the Metagross coming out. That is really nice for us. How bulky do you have to be to live a hit from us? If you're max Fizz Def, do you live? That is the question. If you're max Fizz Def, you still die. You have to be Colbur Berry to live this. What is the obvious swap into a Wicked Blow? It's the Roaring Moon, but that probably... Oh no, it's Iron Hands. Max Fizz Def Iron Hands is taking how much here? Because I'm super tempted to... CC is doing barely anything. That's Quark Drive though, so... Get rid of that. We are still chunking this with a close combat. He stays in! Wow! Okay, we crit. And we just kill Metagross. I'm not 100% sure on how important that crit was. Because we don't know how bulky this is, but that could be a very unfortunate crit. Yeah, even if he's like no defensive investment, that crit, like, we would have had a super low chance to kill. So that is a very unfortunate crit. And I'm very sorry to my opponent for that one. But we do get rid of Metagross, which is really nice. It gets rid of one of the patch swap-ins. We are probably definitely going to swap out. He probably is defensive, to be honest. Like, let's say he's just 248. He probably immediately knows that I'm banded on that roll, because crit CC always kills if he's max HP. He does just go hands. That's fine by me. He could fighting move here. I kind of want to go Patch again and then make the double. Back into Shifu. He is just going to Volt Switch, so yeah, that's very fair. He's most definitely going to be back into this Snorlax that we cannot touch. Because he's 100% immunity to counter us. Really wish I was Parting Shot in this set now. Because it was the reason I didn't go Parting Shot is because Clear Body Metagross just blocked everything. He goes Roaring Moon. Oh, interesting. That's a weird one. We're Colbur Berry, so we eat this hit and could Toxic this and not make this guy's life fun. That is my Urshifu. Where is my Pecharunt? Pecharunt is taking like 24 from an Acrobatics, and that's Booster Attack, and you're not Booster Attack, so... Yeah, you're not Booster Attack. Crunch does 20% max, Nightshade does 28. I'm just going to Toxic her. He's going to... Oh my god, he's sub. That is terrible for us. Okay. Good information. You are Substitute. Okay. I can break sub. He's sub lefties. Okay, good to know. I'm going to Nightshade and break the sub. Because we do 28.4 unless he's like max HP. If you're max HP Bolt, we don't ever break the sub. So that is really bad. Do not be max HP Roaring Moon. I mean, not Bolt. Sorry. We have the Bolt. He is DD. Okay. I feel like you have to be offensive and speedy. I don't know if you can afford to be max HP. Please break. He's max HP. Okay, that is real bad. We might just lose to this. That is terrible. That is absolutely horrendous for us. Oh my god. I'm not going to reveal anything, but I'm going to Nightshade here. Yeah, I walked into that. I should have seen the sub coming, the way he came in. And he's max HP. He could easily, if he goes +2, we're in trouble. Because then he's faster than our Cinderace. He's probably what? Sub DD? Doesn't mean he's got a bit of a 2-move syndrome. Is he like what? Crunch? Acrobatics? He's in a phenomenal spot in front of us here. I think I'm forced to go into Stealth Elf here. And try and set up a Reflect to try and shut down some of the offensive capabilities he has. Although he could just if he is Acrobatics, we're in so much trouble. We could genuinely lose on the spot if he's Acrobatics. But why wouldn't he be Acrobatics into... I'm gonna Reflect, but this could just be our death. Yeah, but he has no item. He does have an item, so maybe he's not Acrobatics if he's no item. That's another big thing that we can think about. He's Knock. Okay, that might just kill me as well. Either way, okay, so we only get 5 turns of screen, which is... at least we've mitigated some of the damage. But we're in a really terrible spot here, in front of Sub DD. Sub DD Knock. Okay, Sub DD Knock. Good info, we're learning. Sub DD Knock, probably Dragon Move. Knock Dragon Move doesn't beat this. Glare doesn't go through sub. How valuable is this now? If he just DDs again, I'm in so much trouble. I'm gonna go into Trap Shadow. I think Trap Shadow got rid of the Metagross. But we need a way to stop this thing now. He's DDing again. Okay, he's at +3. We get slow U-turn, which is the important thing. We're gonna get a bit of valuable information here. If he's Acro, he kills us, but he still has an item, so no, he doesn't kill us. He doesn't do much at all. I'm starting to think he's probably potentially Outrage. I'm gonna show Dragon Claw. That is 54.1 to me. I'm just gonna U-turn. Break this sub, and he's Earthquake, last move. Okay, good information. That doesn't do as much. He just brings us down to 198. We break the sub with a U-turn. So he does have a way to hit us. Crucial information. He has a way to hit our Cinderace. He has a way to hit this. We have to go and expend our booster energy, and our booster is nice because it means we're not taking as much from Nox, if he even was to go for that. He's what, +3. We have a Reflect for how many more turns? He could just wait until Reflect is gone, which is the scary thing. How good is Terra Blast Fairy right now? It's our best option. Is Dragon Pulse better? Dragon Pulse has no resist, but Terra Blast Fairy always kills this thing. He's gonna stall. Out my 2 turns of Reflect probably is his play. He's not killing us with anything. Thunderclap does 20% to him. We don't die to an Earthquake outside of sub, I don't believe. Even if he's max attack adamant at +3. So we're just going to break the sub with Terra Blast Fairy. We can stop this. We found a way to not lose to this, thankfully. Oh my god, that was terrifying. Kind of makes me think he might be Scarf on the bundle the way he's playing this though. Or Specs. Terra Blast. How much does bundle take? Just out of curiosity, do we one-shot with Thunderclap? He does just sub again, expected. Thunderclap, if you are terastallized, still kills if you're no HP. And it has a very good chance to kill if you've got a little bit of HP. So that's important information. He does stall out our Reflect. Moon being gone, though, opens up our Cinderace massively, though, because only the Scarf. My team's Reflect wears off. Great information. We Terra Blast, always. Does he give this up? He's at 60% around, just above 50. 55-ish. I don't know if a Cinderace U-turn kills it, but late game Cinderace high jump kick looks really good with Terra Ice Bundle. Didn't even realize that. But yeah, with Snorlax, Moon, this, Metagross is gone. There's no Terra Ghost around to stop us. There's no Slitherwing, there's no Tentacruel. Iron Hands is the one thing. And Mamoswine also. Literally, all we need is the bundle not to be Scarfed and chip on the Iron Hands, and we win this game, I believe. Bundle's probably Scarf, let's be real though. We do kill it with a Thunderclap after a Calm Mind. He's just going to get his Earthquake. If this crit's back, that could be huge. Oh, no crit. Beautiful. We get rid of Roaring Moon. Huge. Bundle can't come in and revenge us. What does come in and revenge us? Probably Mamo. Do we let this go, is the question, in front of Mamo. Also, another thing is we could potentially get a screen up. If we can get a light screen up, could we? That could also help our Cinderace endgame. Massively. But yeah, Roaring Moon's gone. Killed by Bolt. Huge. What comes in now? We're low. Could be... It's probably Mamoswine, right? That could be the Scarfer. We have some speed in this. So if he's like bulky Mamo, maybe we outspeed it. Who knows? Ice Age. Yeah, that's a Mamoswine. Thunderclap late game is good. But is it that good? How else are we breaking down Iron Hands? That's the important question now. We have other ways to whack it. Actually, we really like the close combat chip from a Urshifu now. That's important info. I kind of just want a Terra Blast hit. No, Dragon Pulse does more and hits the whole team. So we're going to Dragon Pulse. He is faster and he Icicle crashes. Okay. That could have missed and been terrible for him. That would have done, if he's like no bulk, that would have put that 86 to 101. Wow. That's a lot of damage. I kind of want a Cinderace right now. The other part of me wants to Stealth Elf. Go Superior, throw off a Leaf Storm, be a scary guy. We'll go Hair. Or why don't we just go Hair? If you're Scarf Mamo, that is incredible information for me. Apologies for the slow calcing. We are still on the phone calcs. We easily kill with a CC. And Icicle Crash, is that like, that's max adamant? Oh, we don't have a Reflect anymore. That's important to know. It will not kill us. Okay. And yeah. So we just throw off a CC here. And we're looking for this late game Cinderace win now. If this is Sash Mamo, that's scary. Apologies if I sound off today. Dealing with a terrible cold. Great time to be playing Pokemon games. Never stop the grind. He's gonna withdraw. What takes this? Is it the Iron Hands? Because I'll happily take damage on that. Endless Army. I'm pretty sure that was Iron Hands, right? Yeah, so this is taking a good chunk, and we'll take a good chunk more, and that looks like a 2-hit KO. I'm clicking it again. That's Adamant Band, boys. The only thing that outspeeds us as well, naturally, is Iron Bundle. So we're going to see Bundle come here. And if it is Scarf, it'll have to lock itself into a move. We still have our Bronzong around. And Iron Hands is potentially gone. Yeah, Iron Hands is gone. To Urshifu's close combat. The crit did not matter. That one didn't matter. I think the first one matters a big ton. But yeah, we take Helmet. We keep this around, right? You're not Scarf. I don't think... Are you Scarf Mamo? If it's not Bundle, then you're Scarf, whatever comes in. Or you're Ice Shard Mamo. In which case, I go Patch. Wind Share. That kind of sounds like a bundle. It is a bundle. Do I have any reason not to check if this is specs right now? Here, now. Other options include letting my Stealth Elf die here. How much does Stealth Elf give me in this game now? Not much. Pump is killing with 2. I'm going Bronzong. And we're going to see how much this does. This is a very important calc, because if you're Specs, then you're in trouble from Cinderace. There's the Terra. Into an Ice type. So probably going for the Ice move here. Did not actually calc that, but shouldn't do too much more. Ice Beam does 27 with Terra, if you're Specs. There's Ice Beam. Is this Spectacles? Let's find out. You take me down to 263 with that. So how much did you do? You did 5. 45, 75 with the Ice Beam. That is not Specs. Is that Scarf damage? Wait, let me double check my calc. You could be Modest. Is that Modest Scarf? How much time do we have left? 22 minutes, we're fine. That is a roll from Modest Iron Bundle. That hits what? 371? My hit Cinderace is hidden. 370. So yeah, this is Modest. Good information. We're gonna throw up an Iron Defense. Probably Scarfed. Sub. Ooh. Are you Encore? I am so scared of Encore. You're not Scarfed. That's another big thing. You are not Scarfed. Okay, that is huge info. That means my Cinderace is faster. And you're Modest. Hitting 371. Okay. Oh, do I body... Oh, I'm so scared of Encore. I'm gonna click Body Press. It's Hydro Pump. Okay. We're fine. He hits a Hydro Pump. Big damage. Am I doing 75% with Cinderace? That's the new question. We're killing this with a high jump kick always. You have to hit another one of those, right? I don't think you kill as well. Body press is a lot of damage into your squad. I'm tempted to rest here. If I live, I want to rest, right? Because you 100% want me dead. Yeah, I'm going to rest. You do die to a body press now, right? From my Bronzong? No. I didn't calculate exactly how much they did. We were at 263, right? So we did 100, 263, 127 on the Hydro Pump, which is a roll from the bundle. Actually is a roll to kill me with this Hydro Pump. Please don't get the roll. He doesn't! That's huge! That is a huge roll that we grab. And we're going to rest up to full. We wake up with our Chesto Berry. And now we start body pressing, right? Yeah, we body press. Bronzong might pull this off himself. Come on, wind up. Let's do this. He goes straight for the Hydro Pump. 3 Hydro Pump hits. We're going to body press. This should be dead. Yes! Huge! Both of the mons are in the... We're +2 defense, and both of your guys in the back are weak to body press. Snorlax potentially is slower as well, and is probably Spadef. We're Levitate for Mamoswine. Do we kill that if it's offensive? It is a roll if it is offensive. Do we Iron Defense again? Is a great question. Ice Shard's doing no damage. How much is Ice Cold Crash doing? I don't know what this gets to hit us. Does it get like Crunch maybe on the Mamo? Crunch from max attack does 23. It is Snorlax is the answer. Are you Curse? What are you? If you're like super defensive, you take 2. I'm gonna body press it. Let's see if you're fast. And how much damage you deal. We can learn a lot about your set. High jump kick looks so good if Bronzong can't do it as well. We do so much. So yeah, that's Spadef. And he body slams. He's looking for a para. He's not going to get the para, and he's lefties. Okay. Maybe we should have just... Iron Defensive was probably a better play. Let's be real. But we're going to body press again. And down goes Snorlax. Bronzong is going to pick up 3. It looks like. Unless this Mamo has something that I don't even know about. We haven't seen anything about this Mamoswine's item yet. Could be a variety of things. We're just going to body press. See what he has. He Earthquakes. We're on the off chance that we're not Levitate, but we are. Boom. Body press hits and takes the KO. What a game from Bronzong. GG's to Hearth. We get redemption from last week, and we pick up a big 5-0 win. I was terrified of that moon set in the mid game. So I'm so glad that we were able to pull this off. Definitely we had luck with Urshifu's big crit on Metagross early on. If he was offensive, that didn't matter. If he was defensive, it definitely did matter. He hit 3 Hydro Pumps with Bundle, which is 8%, so I'm going to take that a little bit of credit off. But yeah, that's definitely huge, that turn. So yeah, GG's to Hearth. Big win for us, and I'll see you lot all in week 3. Bye-bye.